Hello and welcome to Chapter 287 of the DC Alliance podcast. With me, as always, is Joe. Joe, how you doing today?
Oh, not too shabby. Been a busy week, busy month, busy year. Just busy. I'm just keeping busy. Um, Also, it's very hot here. It hasn't rained in like a couple weeks, and it's supposed to rain sometime next week, which definitely is much needed. My grass is very brown.
Yeah,
Which I
my
mean is
God,
it's
over
fine
here.
because I haven't had to mow, but yeah, it's getting kind of crispy. But how you doing?
I'm doing okay, besides the fact that Twitter wouldn't let me post the tweet that we were going live on this episode, so that was a little frustrating, not going to lie. I tried it again while you were just talking there for a second. No dice.
Still
Tried
nothing.
to just share the link. That's it. No. So sometimes, last couple weeks it didn't, but a few weeks ago, this exact same thing happened where I tried to do the post to say, like, we're going live, and it would just go to, like, wouldn't send. It said go to drafts. I even just turned off my phone and turned it back on. And
Mm.
yeah, no dice. So that's
It's because
unfortunate,
you have an
but
iPhone. That's why.
yeah, that's definitely it.
Just kidding.
Definitely that. It's Steve Jobs' fault.
Yep.
Golden Brand taking everybody's credit.
Screw you,
Uh,
Steve Jobs. That's why I got Android.
so I just went with whatever gave me the most grocery points at the time.
That's fair. Understandable.
uh, so yeah, nothing is going on my way. Just excited for the weekend, and we had a fun Peacemaker episode, quick episode. But
Yeah.
we do get an extra long episode next week to end off the season, which is
Oh,
nice.
do we? Nice.
57 minutes.
Okay.
James Gunn tweeted that out, so that'll be good.
With like, is that 57 minutes total, or is that like with the credits?
I'm assuming that's
Okay.
with credits. So maybe not, though. We'll see. And I would be curious about how the end credit scene is here in this last one because the events are supposed to lead directly into Man of Tomorrow. And I have some idea
Oh,
of
interesting.
here what I think could possibly happen. But before we do all that, Joe, let me get the network plugs out of the way. So we are part of the Geek Ultimate Alliance with 6 shows in total. On Mondays, bi-weekly is Ranger Alliance. On Tuesdays is the Walkthrough the Multiverse. On Wednesdays is the Animation Nation. On Thursdays is Star Wars Alliance. On Fridays is Marvel Alliance. And on Saturdays is DC Alliance. Star Wars Alliance goes live on the Geekverse YouTube channel Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Marvel Alliance goes live Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And DC Alliance goes live Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. All three of those shows also have their own podcast feeds. Search DC Alliance, Marvel Alliance, and Star Wars Alliance if you just want DC content, Marvel content, or Star Wars content only. But if you want all 6 shows on the GUA Podcast Network, stay subscribed to the GUA on your podcast app of choice. We also have a Patreon, 2 tiers, a $1 tier and a $5 tier. The $1 tier is basically a tip jar like we're doing. You want to help us out any way you can. And the $5 tier is where you get your extras. You get your ad-free episodes, early access episodes, and Patreon exclusive episodes. Myself and Joe are going through all the DC film through the years, over 30 pieces of content out there for the patrons right now. We have the Marvel Alliance guys, Chris and David finishing up their Baxter broadcast, going over their Fantastic Four films. Fan Forstick was the most recent one thrown up there. We also have Joe's Multiverse Minutes, where he's doing his Disney deep dives on the 1st and the 15th of every month. He's reviewing a Disney film, not just reviewing it, giving you behind-the-scenes facts, tidbits, all that sort of thing. But that's not the major thing that Joe's doing right now. Joe is doing his 30-plus days of Halloween. It's in full swing, Joe. Can you tell the listeners about a couple that are on the horizon after the Texas Chainsaw Massacre started things off?
Yeah. Today's episode is All Hallows Eve Trickster. So I know last year I did All Hallows Eve and All Hallows Eve 2, which those are anthology movies. This is also an anthology movie. Little spoiler for the people who are not Patreon members. Don't waste your time. That movie fucking sucks. There's a couple. I mean, there's a couple of good like segments in there, but like, it's not great.
You're saving the people so they don't have to, Joe.
Yeah, literally for that one, I definitely am.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah.
So, yes, Joe's doing over 30 pieces of content there for the patrons. So, be on the lookout. A new one every day. So, yeah, it's very fun.
A good chunk of them this year are ones I haven't seen.
That's even better, Joe. Because
Actually, I think looking at the list right now, almost all of them. Maybe out of the 35 movies, I think I've only ever seen 5 or 6 of them.
Okay,
So
jeez, that's not too
they're
bad at all.
all basically new movies to me.
Well, I look forward to hearing your review on it. I'll do it. Maybe most of them are new movies for me, and I can know if I should watch them or not.
Yeah, I had some good ones in there. I'll say that.
And again, I've enjoyed the past years of this. So we thank everyone that's a patron. If you're not a patron, if you take a quick 30, 60 seconds, rate and review the podcast on your podcast app of choice, it's always greatly appreciated. It helps other people find the shows, and that's always a good thing. Okay, Joe. We have a new episode of Peacemaker, Season 2, Episode 7, Like a Keith in the Night. So, what do you think about this episode, Joe, before we get into the spoiler talk?
I mean, you mentioned it earlier. Like, this was a very short episode, shorter than last week's, and it surprisingly they actually were able to get a lot of stuff done in this episode. It was good, but also there were some moments where I felt like, without doing too much spoil stuff at the moment, some of the, like, there was a moment where one of the characters felt out of place. It felt, with everything going on, with everything that happened, the way he was going about. Well, and we were talking about it before we got on, before we hit record. We understand it; it makes sense, but it also felt out of place. And while I am okay with it, when we get into it, I can just, I could go into it more why I think it felt out of place. But no, like it was good. We got to see Judah Master. He showed back up. He was absent last episode, which he explained where he was at. We have a resolution to Adebayo and her being chased off last episode. We got Vigilante, and love seeing those two together. That was great.
Yeah, and I have another potential theory about that too when we get today.
But no, honestly, this was a good episode. It started out kind of obvious with a couple things, and just again, ignorance is Chris, literally.
Oh, Joe, we got to get into once we rip this.
When we get into spoilers, we'll get into that. But what do you think?
Just blinders.
Ignorance is Chris, literally.
I know. We're going to extreme on that one. I enjoyed it, Joe. I thought it was a little bit fast paced. I wish that there was a little bit more time there for some of the stuff to breathe for a second at times, but I enjoyed it a lot. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as the previous episode. Close. Just there's a big ending to this episode. So, I don't know what else to say. I really enjoyed seeing Augie, and I was definitely thrown for a loop on what we find out about him. I had that completely wrong, and we even got a set up for a potential villain for season 3 of the show. Which, again, I wasn't expecting this to turn out this way, but it makes perfect sense, and it's the perfect setup for another season of the show down the line in the DCU, which won't really affect any of the main storyline with what we have there. So, all in all, I thought it was a really good episode for 30 minutes. Like, they got a lot done and set up a lot of stuff for a big season finale.
I mean, that's assuming we get a third season. That villain could show up next episode.
I don't think I watched the. So this is why it's valuable to watch the Peacemaker podcast with James Gunn, because they were going to kill said character.
Interesting.
But thought it would be great for a potential comeback down the line in future seasons of the show.
Okay.
As a villain. So I don't expect this to be the last season of Peacemaker. And I do see this as a setup for the next season. Because it would be perfect with Vengeance, especially if Chris kind of got some of the life that he wanted. He could have it all taken away again. There could be so many ways you can go with that. So I do think we'll get that down the line. Also, Peacemaker's doing okay, so I wouldn't be shocked. James Gunn's love child, so he definitely, if he wants to do another, he's the head of the studio. If he wants to do another season, I think there's going to be a way to do another season. So yeah, Joe,
James, I think I want to do another season of Peacemaker. Well, James, I don't know. We should probably look at the numbers. Well, I mean, James, really? I mean, you sure? Oh, okay, James, you convinced me.
Or I'm looking at these numbers; they're not good. Okay, James, click Control Alt Delete, and
Yeah.
let's keep let's keep going forward. No, I'm really excited, Joe. And let's just before we rip off the spoiler band-aid here, let's take our one of our only ad breaks of the evening. Listeners, we're an ad support network. We don't pick the ads or the volume. Going to do a quick 3 count to adjust your volume, and we'll be right back in 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Okay, guys. Uh, classic me.
Good job. Good job.
I got that now.
All
So
right.
I put the comment in there. I can't remember the time. I think I got it.
I got
Yeah,
you. I got you.
there we go. Yeah. Okay. So back on that extended break there, Joe. Let's jump into this episode because right away, how did he not notice all the Nazi Hitler stuff the first time he was in this building? Especially
Mein
the
Kampf,
giant god
the-
freaking mural.
Giant mural of Hitler. Like,
There was supposed to be a third joke there where he looked and Harcourt was like, "Did you miss the mustaches?" And there was supposed to be a whole bunch of guys with the Hitler mustache.
oh, dude, that
Yeah.
would have been great.
I know, I thought that too. I
Why
was
did
like,
they have that?
He had 3 in there and he took one out, I guess. Maybe for
Oh,
time.
come on.
Yeah. So I did miss that. But Peacemaker realizes right away, like, oh crap, this is like not good. And they're confronted like we ended off the last episode with the real Harcourt of this earth and Argus. And things just pick up right off the bat.
I'm really glad that he didn't waffle. You know,
No.
he didn't like, oh no, like I want to stay because I've got my dad, I've got my brother, I've got an Amelia that loves me. It's like, oh no, this is a really shitty world. I can't stay.
No.
Because immediately, as soon as Amelia comes over, this world's Harcourt comes over, she's like, Chris, what are you doing with her? And he's like, Amelia, I think we need to break up. And she's like, why? Because of what I'm about to do. And then he just goes ham on a bunch of guards.
And there's a nice little move there where Harcourt kicks one and he clotheslines him. It's
Yeah.
like so quick if you blink you'll miss it. And I honestly started to hear John Cena's theme music when he did that. It's like just such a wrestling move. Oh my! And I do enjoy that sometimes when wrestlers actually, when they're fighting, do some wrestling moves and because that's the thing they would know how to choreograph the best.
Right.
To be honest
Yes.
with you, so it would make sense why you would go that route. Now, sometimes it gets ridiculous. Like I remember Smallville, like one of the wrestlers trying to do their finish move on Superman. I'm like, okay, this is excessive here now. But yeah, this was good, Joe. I really enjoyed this first action scene, and I'm shocked at how they got away. It reminded me, it was like Goofus and Gallant, but it's Batman and Peacemaker. Batman saved Vicky Vale by shooting his thing and flying out through the door. Peacemaker saves Harcourt by shooting off his jetpack uncontrollably and flying out through the door.
Well, he did say, like, I still am unsure how to control it while I'm carrying somebody.
He was like, I was trying to aim for the door.
Yeah.
And he just slammed right into
Right
the car.
into the window. Yeah. So, no, good for them. Like, they got out, obviously. And I like how he asked how big the door was that they came through. And she's like, I don't know. Why you ask? Oh, I want to try to take the peace cycle through. Like, even while trying to escape, he wants to take the damn motorcycle.
And they get the motorcycle. And that is one of the more heartwarming moments when it looks like they're going to be like, they're not going to make it out. And Harcourt finally lets go and rests on Chris's shoulder and puts her arms around him. And he holds her tight. And you can see, bravo to John Cena for just conveying like pure happiness.
Yeah.
In a look.
Yeah.
Like he did a pretty good job here in this episode and a range of emotions. So, yeah, they're off trying to escape essentially, and then we see Abigail, Joe, and the predicament that she was in, where she was being chased by the horde of racists.
Yep.
It doesn't look like she's going to get out of it, but never fear, Judo Master's here, who steps in. Now, I will say, I don't know if a phone cable wire is going to electrocute that many people. Like maybe say like a telephone wire, not a telephone wire, but a power line or something. But that's just nitpicking.
I mean, that's what he grabbed. He grabbed a power cord.
No,
wire.
I thought he said a phone wire, telephone wire.
I mean, the same thing.
No, one's powered by power, like a lot more power.
It,
Like
it was
one
a
would.
it was a giant power
I
cable,
know.
dude. Like
Well,
it was a
that's what it
telephone
should have
wire
said.
cable. Like whatever. It was a cable with electricity jolting through it
And it just
that he
killed
shoved into a
all
pool
all
with
the
11
Nazis.
people in it.
All the Nazis. They just besides Keith, because he got caught by his father, who said, "Come with me. This is more." His father calls him, says, "This is more important. You got to get home right now,"
Yeah.
because Aggie has Economos tied up, and yeah, he's just spilled all the beans, and then he tries to pretend like he doesn't like he has
John
nothing
is
to do
such a
with that.
bad liar.
Yeah, and then Keith shows up. Him and Aggie leave, and Eagly comes over, and John tries to get Eagly to help him. Eagly leaves for a second and comes back with a string. And I will say, this scene was like the rated R version of uh, in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 when Yandu and Rocket are trying to get Baby Groot to come and get them out.
Yep.
Or get the keys,
Yeah.
get the keys. So it's
It
kind
was
of
a
like
lot
that,
shorter.
except more
lot
and
shorter.
more attitude. Like Eagly was like, no, I'm not doing that. I do love how Eagly treats John more than anybody else. He doesn't care. Like,
Yeah.
it really just treats John bad because John can't stand up for himself.
No. It's great.
Oh my! I just really enjoy that. So yeah, he's still trapped essentially. Uh, at the same time, on Earth, Joe, Flag Senior and Bordeaux are working with Sidney Happerson, the guy from Superman, the movie, who worked for Lex in that and was one of the people controlling the dimensional rift. And I remember him most for Mr. Terrific pushing him away and saying, "I'm the goddamn Mr. Terrific."
Yes, sir.
So he's helping them find the dimensional rift. It literally takes him 5 minutes, 5 seconds. One thing that I thought was pretty telling was he wasn't going to do it. First he wanted something, and then Flag says, "I'm going to go back to Lex and say you're not cooperative," and then bam, he immediately is in fear and like, yeah, I'll do it right away.
The minute that Flag brings up that Lex told him that you were the guy and that you won't do it, you saw in Sydney's face that like, oh no, I can do it. I'll do it.
I'll do it. We don't need
calm down. It's fine.
Yeah, we don't need to talk to Lex. Like,
yeah.
So yeah,
like that just shows how powerful Lex is, even in jail. That he's still afraid of him, even in jail.
And Joe, this is the kind of world building I appreciate, and I appreciated it in the Arrow and Flash stuff as well. When you see characters, and not just see characters, like they make sense why they're showing up, and then you're like, oh, I've seen him there before. Now, honestly, I didn't think they did enough of it, but then you got times where it got a little hamstringy in the Arrowverse shows, but I really enjoy this, where this is not a super main character, but it is a character that we've seen that has been in DCU already and is a smart person. We've seen that example. So it
has the qualifications, has the knowledge, and yeah, it makes sense that Lex would send Flag toward him. Mm-hmm. To get the information he needs.
Well, we can tell Sydney's complete Lex Pond, who and some of those tech bros, like, they really looked up to him when he was fighting Superman in that, like, when they were all working for him in that little place that Sydney goes in here to find.
Yeah, the little control center.
Yeah, control center. So they really looked up to him. So it seems like they're all like, Lex, they'd rather die before they give up anything on Lex.
Yep.
So he works with him. He finds immediately the place for Rick Flag, and they go off to find out like what's going on there. And at the same time, Aggie and Keith show up and save Peacemaker and Harcourt from getting killed by the cops. It looked like they were done, and guy just shows up. Aggie shows up and just starts destroying everybody with the guns,
mowing them down,
killing the cops, and you're like, damn, he's vicious. Like, wow, he's super evil. That's not it at all, Joe, is it?
No,
they're really good. He was really good at this, James Gunn. I give him some props there. So, at the same time, Judo Master and Abidio are bonding a little bit in the house that he hid out in. He found out all about what was going on in the Earth from reading books and stuff. The family isn't around right now, and kind of honestly, this made Judo Master humanized him a little bit more to me, because up until now he's just been a little prick for the most part.
I mean, but well deserved.
Like a gnat.
I'm not saying
like
well deserved. Yeah, but at the same time though, think about what we've got with him. Like every time we've seen him, he was the antagonist because they were attacking him.
Mhm.
You know, and then like at the very end of the season when we got him, he was devastated because the butterflies were killed off.
Yeah.
So like he was upset by that. And then when we get him in the beginning of this season, he's obviously pissed off at John because John and basically all of the
Yeah.
11th Street kids, everything they did to him. So of course he's not going to be helpful to them at all. But then he gets into this world and realizes that, oh no, like he doesn't, like his job is to watch Peacemaker get the information on the door, get all the stuff. His job is to not let Adebayo die, you know, like, and here she is being chased off by a bunch of these racists.
Well,
Yeah,
that's not
he's
really
gonna
his
save her.
job, but
No, it's not, but
that
he's gonna
shows
save her.
What kind of good person he actually is.
Exactly.
He didn't need to do that. Now, one could say that, and one could also say maybe he thinks he needs these people to get back out of there because, you know.
Well, he does need that too,
Yeah, so.
because he doesn't know. He doesn't know where the door's at.
At the end, you know where he lines up at the end. So.
But yes and no. He walks over there.
But he does, yeah, I know what you mean.
But what he does
we'll
is,
get into that.
yeah.
You're right. So they agree to try to help Chris. They go stake out the house, and at the same time, the two vigilantes was their meeting. That was in the previous episode.
Yeah, they met
correct?
last episode.
Yeah,
so
they
it
went
was
through
last
everything.
episode, and they found out like our vigilante mentioned that his best friend was Peacemaker, and Vigilante 2 is like Peacemaker. Chris Smith, he sucks. He's terrible. And he brings up how he's part of the Sons of Liberty. They start talking about that. They start mentioning it how basically this whole episode is our group finding out Nazis won World War II. And
honestly, I don't even think Nazis won world. Well, yes and no, but I think like my guess would be when America came over and got themselves involved in the war, they joined up with the Nazis.
No,
that was my thought or it could be Hitler.
Yeah,
you're right. Nope, you're right because there's a giant Hitler mural. So yeah, Nazis won.
Yeah, Nazis won. They were saying Nazis won World War II. They all were saying.
I don't know. I just think that the American flag with the Nazi there, like I don't know if you would let them keep the flag, or wouldn't it just be full on Nazi flag?
Like, I mean, you can still have this.
That's why I'm of two minds because I don't know. Well, okay, if they based it on historical concepts, I don't think that's going to work. But if they are doing it there, yeah, okay.
Fantasy world
where Peacemaker's flying in a jetpack, Travis. So they're not going to stick to exactly what happened in the World Wars. There we go. Problem solved. Yeah,
I mean, if they were going to stick to what actually happened, we would. You know, I'm not going to go there.
No, you're not. We're never. So
I want to so bad. You know, I was going to say.
Peacemaker and Harcourt go back to Aggie's house.
Yep.
They're chatting. He's essentially telling him what happened. And
you forgot when they walk in and John's like, "Who are these people? I don't know who they are."
Guys, what are you doing here? Like, oh my God! And he's like, "Who are you people? What are you doing here? I've never seen these costumes before. Wow, who are these people?" So, it's like, nice save, John.
Yeah.
And then this Aggie is very sensible. Peacemaker tells him it was an accident. He came over here because he never his father died, his brother died when he was young. He accidentally came over here when he was drunk. He liked it. Then their Peacemakers showed up behind him with a gun, ready to kill him, chased him out. He accidentally pressed the button on his jetpack and sent him up into the fan, and he died.
Yeah.
And the father accepts it immediately, but Keith is wants to kill him on the spot.
Yep.
He's furious, and the Aggie looks at him like, with the drugs and all that, like the craziness, he wasn't right. And it looks like he even tells him, Joe, get in, come with me now. You can go back to your portal. We're going to shut it down, and you won't ever have to come back here again.
Because he mentions that some time ago he ran into an Augie from a different world.
Yeah.
And that Augie wasn't right.
Yeah.
Referring to Chris's Augie.
Yeah.
So he knows that there's obviously another other worlds out there, obviously. But that also tells, because I think I mentioned, or we had hypothesized, maybe I did, that maybe Augie and Keith didn't know about the doors. You know,
It seems like Keith doesn't know about the door
but
here.
he does.
Okay.
Because when Augie mentions that Harcourt was in the
Oh,
library and looking weird, when Keith mentions that Harcourt was in the library looking weird, they piece it together. Like they both knew
yeah,
about it.
because he even looks at him and says, "We need to get rid of this. Like, if they find us here
Yeah,
with this, we're screwed."
if the government finds it, we're fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense because they take everything that they don't know about. So,
Yep.
uh,
So they knew about it. So I was wrong about that.
and it looks
which is fine.
Chris is happy. It looks like it's gonna be going to get out of there. He's like, "Man, this is a good dad," and
Oh, dude. Yeah, no, because Augie is all for just letting them go, and
you can
Keith,
tell
Keith is like doesn't want that.
he's like, "Revenge won't bring your brother back," and then Adrian jumps through the window with his swords and just stabs Augie through the neck multiple times, killing him, which not great. And that enrages Keith, and him and Peacemaker have a battle, and he starts beating on Peacemaker. It looks like he's going to kill him, and because Peacemaker is remembering the fight that he had with his brother before, and then the crew gets him off him and stabs him and beats him, and looks like they're trying to kill him until Peacemaker just screams at him because he's remembering all the deaths. Like, get off him. And just the range of emotion for John Cena in this episode, like, just bravo. This was crazy. Adrian's there fighting with cops because the cops come and show up just before, try to get in. Augie's like, no, like, you got to have a warrant to come in. Sorry, I don't know where my son is. And the cop was the same cop from last season as well, who got
That's right. Yeah.
Outer Limits fame and glory. He was in 3 episodes of The Outer Limits.
Yeah, I remember him from Scary Movie.
There you go. So yeah, he essentially he's killed. Keith is taken out.
Keith is down. He's not dead, but he's on the brink.
Adrian gets shot once. Not sure which Adrian.
I think
Actually,
it was our Adrian.
It was our Adrian.
Yeah, he got shot in the shoulder.
They go through the like warp
in the portal.
Yep, the QUC.
Harcourt stayed back. She asked for Vigilante's 2's gun, and she was going to take out Keith because she knew if he was still alive, he was going to come after Peacemaker. Yeah. But before she could pull the trigger, cops come busting in, and
she dives out.
Yeah, she dives out of the way and gets through the door. This was really cool. Vigilante just like doing a bunch of like twists and jumps, kicking the door closed. Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. Now, if he was smart, he would have shot the lock.
Yeah,
or she should have shot the lock. One of the two.
One of the two. That would have been the smart.
But I don't think they did.
Yeah, I don't think they were thinking about that, Joe. So they get out of there. They walk back through the door, and Argus is already there waiting to take them.
Yep.
Peacemaker throws out the portal device and said, "This is it." And all these people were convinced me to come and give it to you. And Flag looks at Judo Master and is like, "Is that the case?" And Judo Master's like, "Yep." And he walks over to the other side, stands up with them, and Argus takes him out.
Arrests them. Yep.
Arrests them, and that's it. We also see Keith survives in the other world, and he's all like taken care of by the ambulance people, but he survived. So again, James Gunn even said, I think this is where I can't remember his name, his hero name,
his costume name.
Yeah, but that he said, I feel like that is where he becomes his villain origin story.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, he just watched his dad get killed. He found out his brother is dead, and his dad was killed in front of him. It literally within 20 minutes.
It's crazy, Joe. It was like poor Peacemaker, and he's like, I'm the reason why this keeps happening. Yeah. Not the Earth, it's me. Like, I'm the reason that people die, and you just feel for him so much because he just only like 15 minutes ago smiled like a genuine happiness smile. And
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Peacemaker just, like, I did watch the preview for the next episode, and so like I know that he like the group wants to visit him, but he refuses to see
Yeah.
them. So I would be surprised if he just tries to rot away in prison, specifically because he feels that he is this is what is owed to him.
And we also see the Argus agents exploring the rooms
Yeah.
in there, and I guarantee you they're going to end up finding something that's going to lead into Man of Tomorrow. We might see a Brainiac sighting or something, or
Oh,
Dark Side
we're
at the
definitely
end of
gonna see
this.
that one alien again coming walking in and burning a road that
I feel
he's
like the
on.
Argus agents might kill him.
Ooh, they might. Yeah.
So I'm very interested to see how this goes. We're going to get, like I said, a 57-minute long episode, and I was not expecting Aggie to be good in this world, and they got me, Joe. They got
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So, we'll take our final ad break of the evening and get into the little bit of news that we have here for this week, and then we'll get out of here. Let's just remember Ad Support Network. We don't think the ads are the volume. I'm going to do a quick 3 count to adjust your volume, and we'll be right back in 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Okay, Joe. Man, that was a fun episode. I can't wait for the season finale. And
Yeah.
today is the weekend of Canadian Thanksgiving, but I will be here until Saturday, so it works out very well for me
Heck
that
yeah.
we're not going to the in-laws until Saturday. So, uh, okay, so there's some. I found this. I missed this 3 days ago. It never came across, but there's some Mr. Miracle casting descriptions shed light on the upcoming series. So, uh, sources have tells Nexus Point News that casting is currently underway and character descriptions have revealed the supporting cast. The series is set to feature Darkseid as the series antagonist, Highfather, Light Ray, Orion, and Funky Flashman. The series will
Funky
adapt King's
flashman.
12-issue Eisner Award-winning Mr. Miracle. Confirmed plot points include Scott being infected by the anti-life equation and, most importantly, his suicide attempt.
Hmm.
Darkseid is described as the physical manifestation of all evil in the universe. He speaks in a silly, over-the-top manner, which is balanced by his calm but confident demeanor. Funky Flashman serves as a narrator in certain scenes, and his Stan Lee inspiration is very prevalent in this adaptation of the character. Described as a snake oil salesman, he's very articulate with his words and knows how to sell a product. Light Ray was raised alongside Orion and is very loyal to Highfather and Orion. He considers himself superior to Scott and Barda and sees himself as too good for the missions assigned to him by Highfather. Highfather, we know who Highfather is, and I'm going to get into that. Who has trouble connecting with the other new guys due to his status and power, especially Scott, who has resented him his childhood for his decisions to give up on Darkseid. Orion, the son of Darkseid, carries his father's anger, sins, and ambition, but has repressed it since childhood, since being raised by Highfather. Blah blah blah. We would know all these, so there's nothing else here about. The only thing is, like, I wonder is this. We don't know yet if this is DCU or not, so that's the interesting part here. If some of these, like the villains, like Darkseid, is actual, but I don't think so with the silly, over the top voice. I got a feeling this is not going to be DCU.
I mean,
I
yeah, well,
also want to
because
tell this story in a live action setting too.
it might be harder to move it over to live action. Because with like Creature Commandos, obviously we got Rick Flag move over. We know we're gonna have Waller moving over. There are other characters we know will move over eventually,
Yeah,
but this one being moved over, I feel like these characters are too important to be like, yeah, no, these here they are now.
yeah. Like, I
So
wouldn't want
eventually
that
we're gonna
reveal
have
there,
them.
but
These are gonna be the ones that we're gonna have later. Like I don't
we
know.
say that. But I mean,
Could easily be wrong. Yeah.
our first appearance of Batman in DCU was in animation. Technically,
Technically, yes.
if I want you want me to James Gunn, you want me to get technical. You said the first thing in the DCU is Creature Commandos, and in Dr. Phosphorus episode, Batman's standing out on top, waiting to shut him down, which he
Yeah.
does, and sends him to prison. So,
You're not wrong.
and the fact that, like, nobody's like, it didn't come up once in Superman. Like, Superman's going around, like, Batman has been at this for a while. So you got Damian.
But if Batman's doing a good job, Maybe people don't know it. I mean, it will be rumors, sure, but like,
You know what they need? The internet doesn't exist. In this universe, the internet doesn't exist.
too bad it does because we have hashtag super shit.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just excited for another animated thing. I never complained about that. I'm just interested to see how this is going to go. It's going to be more Harley Quinn related or more serious.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Joe,
I like Harley Quinn stuff, so.
same. Superman is doing fantastic on HBO Max. Has drawn 13 million global viewers on HBO Max, the largest 10-day audience for the pay one film since December 2023. Barbie. Great news! It just keeps doing well. So
Heck yeah.
James Gunn shared a DCU update as well from GQ magazine. Right now, there's actually 2 really cool film scripts that I'm hoping to take to the next level that we have general plans for. And I'm excited about both of those. And I'm excited about one TV project in particular. Fun, he says this stuff all the time now, but not saying what it actually is. I don't know why we're not greenlit on that already. It's just figuring out the budget. So there's a couple things that are very present and I'm excited about, and dealing with getting Supergirl into shape. Okay. What are those projects, James? What are those projects?
Hey, look, just take your time.
I'm just excited things are moving forward. We're not like, oh, wonder when this stuff's going to start up again.
Yeah.
And there was a really good clip. I don't know if you watched it. I watched this last week of James Gunn on Brandon Davis's Brandon Davis's podcast, talking about having 2 Batmans at the same time and talking about the audience being able to get that now, and there shouldn't be a problem in that. So that's just nice stuff to see and hear, because normally you hear the other side of that, where it's like, they're never going to understand.
10 years, we're like, no, we can't have 2 Batmans and going on simultaneously. We can't have 2 Supermans going on at the same time. People will get confused. Or they won't.
Nope, not at all.
Maybe put it out there and see.
Also, maybe just have your Batmans look completely different and not have them wear like pretty similar costumes. Like, spoiler alert, if you just give DCU Batman a comic accurate Batman costume, like from like 70s, 80s, or 90s, it's not going to look like Pattinson's.
See, that's the problem though, because like, yeah, I was saying, which comic accurate? Because there's so many.
Well, I mean, like,
you just said 90s. You said 90s. I just thought of like 5 in the 90s alone.
Okay, I meant the non-armored ones.
Again, 5 in the 90s alone.
Yes, but most of those look like PJs that he's like just sewn together compared to what Pattinson's walking out in, which looks like he's bulked, like armored up enough that he can take his explosion blasts or something.
Yes.
So same with Bale's Batman. Those kind of Batman suits are a bit more grittier and like looks like you make it in your basement rather than like the comic ones. That's all I'm talking about.
I'm not. Yeah, I get you.
No, I didn't take it out, so we got to talk about it.
No, you don't. You don't have to talk about it. You can leave it out.
You're right. Okay.
We can skip it and go right to our.
There might be tariffs for films. I don't know.
Son of a bitch.
Somebody says stuff, but do we take stock in anything this person says anymore? Because half of it's lies and half of it's made up. So if it actually happens, I'll let you guys know, because right now some DCU films are filming overseas. But we'll cross that bridge when someone actually puts their money where their mouth is when they're talking about tariffs.
I mean, look, you know what?
So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And I'll just do that. So then we only got our Smallville retro recap left, Joe. Season 7, episode 10.
Should have deleted it while I was thinking about it. Anyway, so this episode was good.
Very cinematic to me.
Yeah.
Like some of the shots were great, and this was just a lot better episode than the last episode. I do like how Bizarro shows up to the fortress and leaves, and Jor-El's like, yeah, screw that, and just lets Clark out.
But it's just like, what did Jor-El think was going to happen?
He was going to keep him there until everybody died.
I'm going to keep my son here trapped and teach him a lesson. And nothing bad's going to happen at all.
I'm going to get all the emotional attachments gone. They'll all be dead by the time he's let out of here. No,
the Phantom showed up. Hey, you need to go take care of the Phantom because he's bad news. Oh yeah, no, he's also sleeping with the girlfriend, but that's besides the point. dude.
Also, Brainiac, I freaking love this version of Brainiac, to be honest with
Oh
you.
yeah, dude.
Like,
James Marsters is amazing.
that was like he had some great scenes. There was a great
Dude, I forgot Mark McClure was
yes,
in the
and that
show
was a
as
great scene. That
Daxter.
you just got that where he used to be a Kryptonian and gave up his
Yeah,
power. Like, I love that.
like
Like,
that
I
was
just
great. That was
and it's
awesome.
unique to that show. It's not like, and this is back in. If this came out today, you have people online be, oh, how dare you? That's super. Like, this is just a cool little thing. Like, it doesn't
Yep.
call back or ever come back again, and I just loved it. And ultimately, Joe, it does call back again. To be honest with you, because
Does it?
what did we see in
Oh
the
yeah,
DCCW? They
exactly.
gave
So
up
like the
powers.
fact that's what I was thinking when it came out because when I was watching this because he literally what what Mark McClure's character said like he gave up his power because he met somebody.
Yep, to have a family.
And then literally like when he's talking about it in my head is like, oh dude, this is the crisis thing with Welling with this Clark come in that crossover. He literally had the same thing when he came and when him and Lois had a family. Like he gave it up.
I thought it was awesome.
It was. I mean, yes, if you know what comes down the line, it's great foreshadowing. But I mean, that's not what they were thinking of then.
Even that, I just enjoyed the scene between the two.
It was a great scene.
Clark just like kind of astonished that someone would give up their powers like that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but it's a nice little seed for something later down the line.
Yeah.
But then there's the
Julian and Lionel stuff where
that stuff was.
And again, Lionel, could you be more massive of a dick? Like, your son doesn't like you. Like, what are you trying to do? Drive a wedge between him and his new brother or new friend? Like,
yeah, kind of.
What do you do? Yeah, you do that, and what happens? Lex has him killed.
Well, I think Lex is gonna do that anyway because
like Shawshank Redemption. It's like, what are we doing here?
Because Julian went against his wishes and went and saw Lionel.
Even said, he was like, gonna be honest with you, like, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I don't think I committed enough to this. Looking at that shot, like,
oh really?
I don't think they gave me enough direction either. Like, I'm not sure why I was going out there. I think we might have shot this out of order. It's also bad as well. Like last week when Brian guy was like, good job, Tom. Like, you had to pull that off of doing two people. Like, and you made it believable. And Tom Welling was like, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't know that I was playing the other Bizarro. I thought they were both Clark. And I'm like, I just roared. I was like, thank you for being dishonest, though. Like,
well, like by that time, he probably didn't.
No, he don't know. Like, there was a previous season, he asked Phil, what was the guy's name that played Martian Manhunter? I can't remember.
Phil Lamar.
Phil Lamar. He looked at him and asked him, what does the Oreos mean?
Ooh. Well.
And Phil was like, this John Jones, he eats that. He's the Martian Manhunter. He's like, this is the Martian Manhunter? So it's like, he's like, I knew nothing. I knew nothing. But for someone who knew nothing, he did a really good job interacting with those other heroes and stuff. For someone who had no background lore and didn't go back. It's not like they were like, here's 5 comics, read them, get you. He didn't do any of that stuff for background.
And you also have to remember, I'm pretty sure at this point in time, Tom Welling, I mean, he was on top of the world for Smallville stuff. I'm pretty certain he probably wasn't going and reading the comics.
Nope.
Like, obviously he said, like, he wasn't doing the source material. He didn't need to. He just come in, read the script, go about his day. And if you remember, we've talked about it in the past, like, he was kind of a dick after the fact. At the cons.
Took him a while for him to get. He even says it a couple times. Like, took me a while to be able to separate myself because I worked so damn much that at the end of it, I hated it. He's like, I went divorce through that time too. He's like,
oh wow,
it just wasn't good. He's like, wasn't good place by the end of it. He was like, I had enough. I had to be done.
See, and that's one of those things where I definitely feel bad for some of these actors sometimes, especially when they get typecast. Like for specifically. Especially for like the WB, CW people, like Dean and Sam from Supernatural, Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki, like 15 years, those guys were those characters.
Crazy.
You can never see them as anybody else. And heck, Jensen was in Smallville for a season. He's been in other movies. I've seen him in other movies. He's
Yeah.
always gonna be Dean Winchester. Jared was in Gilmore Girls for like 3 seasons before. He was in
Oh,
Texas Walker Ranger after.
yep.
He's always gonna be Sam Winchester.
He's not for me because I didn't watch much of the show, just a little bit of the show. So Jensen Ackles, unfortunately for me, is the crappy Batman from the Tomorrowverse right now.
Okay, see, that's
And
fair.
Jarrett is
He,
the
well, hold
Gilmore
on. That
Girl guy.
was actually a good Batman.
No, I would not listen to any of that stuff. That Batman was a goddamn idiot. Like, let's not even get into the crisis stuff. Don't even get me started. Like,
Did I bring
hate
up the crisis
family-
stuff? You brought up the crisis stuff.
So yeah, you can say previous Batman was a badass and awesome because New 52 Batman, no shits were given.
What about Long Halloween? He did great in Long Halloween.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it because the end of that is the people meets him and then bam, Justice League is formed, Watchtower's made.
You're pissed off the one scene. The rest of the movie was good.
It was okay, Joe. I just don't think it was as good as. There's no Dark Knight Returns Part 1,
Well,
Part
no.
2. Like, we're talking about adaptations here. Like, you're down the line. You're pretty down the line. It wasn't
Anyway.
it wasn't Warworld, so I'll agree. It wasn't Warworld. It was probably the most enjoyable of the Tomorrowverse movies. That one or the Superman movie. Those two were my favorites. So.
Oh, the Man Tomorrow.
Yeah, I really like that one too.
Yeah, that one was good. Oh, it was a great start to what was supposed to be a promising universe, and then it kind of fell short.
Oh, it just went downhill from there. Like it was.
I mean, the Supergirl one was good. Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah,
I think
that was okay, and there's some good stuff in the Green Lantern, but again, it just was not.
It was definitely up and down.
Oh, okay. Well, next episode, Oliver Queen returns, so that'll be nice.
Hey,
And Black Canary.
ooh,
And
wait. If I remember this Black Canary, I don't think I liked her.
And then Hero Pete Ross returns for his final appearance.
Hey,
And I think that's the one
because he definitely did not get a good. I don't think he got a farewell. So
strident gum or something that makes him.
Oh yeah. Sure. I remember that episode. Shit. Okay.
And
all
then,
right.
okay.
Yeah, we're what, about third? We're actually about halfway.
Yeah, we're about 6 episodes away from a certain awesome death scene. So.
No, that happened last season, or 2 seasons ago.
Nope. There's another one that happens in 6 episodes.
Anyway.
That one was like because that pissed the guy off. It was like, I should be making more money. You took money out of my food out of my children's mouths. Okay, extreme, dude. You just got 5 seasons. Like, do you know what happens to the dad? But yeah, Joe, that's it. Next week, like I said, Black Canary and Green Arrow's back, so that should be a fun episode to discuss. And hopefully, we got a little bit more news because I'd like to hit the hour mark, but we got a 57-minute episode of Peacemaker, so I think we'll be.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. We'll have Peacemaker. I know news has definitely been light the last couple of weeks, but hey, we've been getting new shows.
With Peacemaker going on, like there's no point to put out news and get it overshadow Peacemaker at the moment. So I got a feeling some things will come after this too. So
yeah, because we're gonna be in a dry spell for a while.
James Gunn even said that he used the last episode of this season to pitch Man of Tomorrow to David Zaslav. So
okay,
we'll see.
We will definitely see.
Listeners, we'll be back next week with the season finale of Peacemaker. Until then, see everyone.
Bye, y'all.